Hello, grade 6 students. Welcome back to the paper discussion part 2. So we were discussing 2022 July semester exam paper, and in the first video we discussed up to question number 10. Now, we are going to start from question number 11 onwards. We just see here that you have a decimal number. When you have a decimal number and when you want to divide it by 1000, we just see what I'm doing, 900.8, and you want to divide this by 1000. Hope you can remember that what we did when we are multiplying by 10, 100 and 1000. So we jump to the right side with the decimal man. But here that we have a division, so then what we need to do, we want to jump 3 steps to the left. 3 steps to the left. And I'm repeating that earlier video also. I explained this. The decimal man is not moving anywhere. When you go to the higher grades, when you learn mathematics for your higher studies, you learn that is not the movement of the decimal man. It's that the matter of changing the value or the positions or the digit value, right? So when we are multiplying and dividing, so you will learn it later. But for the time being, for your easy reference, I am telling this that we are jumping to the right and left. Now, when we are dividing, we are jumping to the left. How many steps? 3 steps. So then what will be the answer? When you divide it like that, your answer will be, your answer will be, put the equation sign, 0.99 question 9 sorry 0 0 0 8. So this is the answer, 0.090. I'll make it like this. Okay, now you can see it. I'll make it bigger, right? So 0.9008, right? So then the next one, we want to get the 1.8 as an exact decimal. So how we are going to get that? 1/8 means 1 divided by 8. We'll see how we can do that. 1 divided by 8. How many 8s are there for 1? 0. You put 0 here. Then 1. And you take the imaginary 0 to continue the division. When you take the imaginary 0, what happened? Here I have the decimal point. For 10, how many 8s are there? 1. So then here I have 8. So then I have 20. 8 times 2. Then I have 16. So then the 4 is remainder. Then again 0. Like 8 times 5. So then 40, the answer is 0, right? So then I divided it till I get the 0. So then the final answer should be, how I'm going to write it? I put the equation mark. It is 0.125, right? It is 0.125. Okay, now you just see that how I show this, the equation marks, that is the same line. Okay, 0.125. So then we'll move to the next one, right? So here you have the decimal number you want to multiply by 1000. Now I told you what we need to do. We need to jump 3 steps with the decimal man to the right side as it is a multiplication. So then what will happen? You just see 1, 2, 3. Then my answer will be, right? Answer will be 1, 2, 3. Then 6.5, right? So then 6.5. So then straight away you can get the answer. It is 6.5. That how many steps? That earlier it was here. That 1, 2, 3. When you come 3 steps, it becomes 6.5. Right. So then we will move to the next one. You want to give this number correct to the nearest whole number. Children, look at this. that when you are correcting it to the nearest whole number, that you underline this, the units, then you look at the next number. The next number, if it is 5 or more than 5, you need to add 1 to where? To the units place, because we are correcting this number to the nearest whole number. So then what happened? That 9 become 10. So then what will be my answer? So then it becomes 7,860. And here that you write nearest whole number. Nearest whole. This is not compulsory. It's in the question. But normally that inside the bracket we show that how we correct it, right? To the nearest whole number 7,860. How it becomes 60, children? Because of this 9 that I want to add 1 to this 9. When I add 1 to this 9, that becomes 10. So then I want to bring that 1, 0 I write here, and that 1 I add with 5, that is how it becomes 60. So then the 2 decimal places, I erase this and I find the second decimal place. This is the second decimal place. Then I want to look at the next number. It is again more than 5. That if the next number is 5 or more than 5, we need to add 1. Here, according to this question, to where we need to add 1? We need to add 1 to this second decimal place. See what I am doing? Right. What I did, that I corrected to the second decimal place, and I put the bracket, and inside the bracket I wrote it is for 2 decimal places. This is how we show the final answer. 7,859.98. So for the second decimal place. Okay. So then we'll move to the next question. It is question number 15. So this is from algebra lesson, and see what we do here. That the b squared is equal to b multiplied by b, right? So then the AB is equal to A multiplied by B. Children, that you may think that do we need to do all the things that she is doing here? Yes, you can do. Because when I'm discussing a paper that I'm showing you, if I'm the child, this is how I'm doing the paper. So this is how I do the paper if I'm the child. So then you also can write all these things, the extra things what I am writing on the paper. So then it is very clear. The person who is marking your paper, he or she knows that you have done it with the very good knowledge, right? That you have not done it for the sake of doing, that you have done it clearly. That the b squared you separately show that is b times b. So then how can I get the answer here? Here I write that the part 1, b squared means b times b. Then the next step I write that 2 times 2. Therefore, my answer is 4. So then the part 2 I have a times b. Then I expand and show you that the a is negative 3. And negative 3 I multiply by 2. Then my answer is negative 6. You know that 2 times 3 6. And negative number you multiply by positive number, it gives me a negative answer. So then the part 3, you just see how I'm going to get the answer. B is to subtract negative 3. This is very important, children. B subtract A. So then how do you write? B value you write 2 and subtract. Then you write the A value, which is negative 3. So when you have two decimal, two the signs like this, negative, negative, that becomes positive. I rewrite the question 2 plus 3 and my answer will be 5, right? When you have something like this, let's say 5 plus negative 3. What does this mean, children? With the positive and negative, it is negative. So then you can rewrite the question 5 sub minus 3, then the answer is 2. The same way, if you have that the 5 subtract negative 3, that's totally different answer you get. So then the negative, it becomes positive. Then you rewrite the question that the 5 plus 3. In that case, my answer becomes 8. Right? So then when you have two signs closer like this, first of all, you want to solve that. Positive and negative, here it becomes negative. And then negative, it becomes positive. You know that in front of the bracket, you have the sign and you have something here. That means that you have the hidden multiplication in between this, right? Even though they are not showing this is a hidden multiplication. Then the negative and negative, when you multiply, it gives you a positive answer. So then the positive and negative, when you multiply, you get the negative answer. So that is how we solve the bracket and simplify these kind of questions. Right. Okay. So then we will move to the next one. Next one, you want to find which fraction is larger. Now, children, if you have that the 2 over 7 and 5 over 7, when I ask that what is the bigger fraction, that you easily tell me that the 5 over 7 is bigger. Why? That both of them had the same denominator. Looking at the numerator value, you are telling me that the bigger fraction is 5 over 2. Yes, that is correct. But the problem here is, children, that you have 2 over 7 and 1 over 5. So then you have the two different denominators. When you have two different denominators, first of all, you want to get the LCM of this. So then I'm going to find the LCM. When I'm finding the LCM, I want to divide that. I want to start division by the lowest possible prime number. The 2, no, I can't get because both the numbers cannot be divided by 2. Then I try to get 3. No, it is not working. So then I get 5, the next prime number. Yes, this is divisible, but this is not divisible. So then the next prime number, I can take this one. Then 7, sorry, it becomes 1, right? It becomes 1. So then here you have 5 and 7. How do you get the LCM? That is 5 multiplied by 7. So then this is 35. Okay. So then what you do, that I write the same two fractions with the common denominator now, 35 and 35. I use two different colors. In the exam, you don't want to do this, you can do this in mind. How I'm going to convert 7 into 35 multiplied by 5. 7 times 5, 35. So then I want to do the same thing to the numerator, children. I multiply this by 5. Then my answer will be 10. Right? So then I will move to the next fraction. 5, how can I convert into 35? 5 times 7. So then I want to do the same thing to the numerator. I want to multiply that also by 7. Then my answer will be 7. Now I can compare 10 over 35 and 7 over 35 because both of them have the same denominator. So then this one will be bigger. But you can't keep the answer like this because in the question you don't have 10 over 35 and 7 over 35, children. That you have 2 over 7 and 1 over 5. Therefore, what you should do, you rewrite the question 2 over 7, that is bigger than 1 over 5. Right? So 2 over 7 is bigger than, that is the conclusion. Hope it is clear for everyone. So then we'll move to the next one, question number 17. Index 4. That I'll just revise you that what it is. If you have 2 to the power 3, children, that if you write it as 2 times 3, this is wrong. Why? The 2 to the power 3 means, right, you want to multiply 2 3 times like this. The 3 is the index. In some books, they have used this as the power. And 2 is the base value, right? This is the base. and this is the power. This power or the index tells us how many times we should multiply the base value. That is the fundamental, the concepts related to the index. So then here what I should do, 2 to the time 2. I can see the 2 times. Then I take the base value 3, 2 times. Then I have the base value 5, 2 times. Children, that you may think why I took 3, that there are no hard and fast rule that we want to write that first 2, then 3, then 5. But I just took them that it is in order. That the base value 2 I can see 2 times, 2 to the power 2. Then the base value 3 I can see 2 times, 3 to the power 2. Then the base value 5 I can see 2 times, 5 to the power 2. So then here how can I write that? 3 to the power 2 and 7 to the power 2. Okay. So this is how we write the answer for question number 17. Then question number 18. Now you can see the parallel lines here. Right? When you have parallel lines, look at this, children. The letter I am drawing, the Z letter, right? So what are these angles? What we call them? Alternate angles. So then you can write X is equal to 36 degrees. What is the reason? Alternate angle. You want to write the reason. Alternate angles. Right? So then here, give reason. Otherwise, you can't get the full marks. They want to tell the paper marker that the reason, how you got that the X value as 36. And the next question, again, you have the parallel lines like this. And here you just see what's the letter I'm writing. Then I know this angle and this angle is equal, right? So these are y values. Okay. Why these are that equal like that? So these are corresponding angle. So then first you can find corresponding angle. Then using the angles on a straight line rule, you can find that the y value. That is one method. There is another method we do have. You just see that when you have the parallel line like this, look at this. It's kind of C letter, right? When you add these two angles, it will be add up to 180. Now I write that the y, and here I will write it, y plus the value 72.6. 72.6 will be equal to 180. I write the reason interior angles. Interior angles, right? I write it like this. So then here I want to put the degree sign. Okay. So then what happened? That I can keep the y value here alone. Keep the y value here alone. 180 minus 72.6, right? So then we can get the y value, right? We can find the y value. We'll see how we can get the answer, right? Here I put the degree sign. Always you want to use the degree sign. 180 minus 72.6. Right, I do the subtraction. Here it becomes 4, 7, 0, right? So then you have 107.4, right? When you deduct it, you get 107.4. Then you can write the answer here, 107.4, okay? See how I'm going to write it. 107.4. Okay. So then I put the degree sign like this. Okay. Then we will move to the next question. That you want to give this in tons. How do you convert kilograms into tons? You want to divide that, 1 ton is equal to 1 ton is equal to 1000 kilograms. Right? So then when you want to convert that kilograms into tons, what you should do, you want to divide, right? So then what you do, that you divide 3000 by 1000. 3000 by 1000. It gives me 3 tons. Normally we show it like this, 3 tons. That this one, you want to convert 249 into tons first. So then it gives me 0.249. Then what I should do, 2 plus that 2 tons, it is already tons now. So then we want to do anything that for 2 tons, I add 0.249 tons. So my final answer, 2.249 tons. Right? Okay. So then the next one, you have to find the volume of a cube. See what I'm doing? That I have a small cube like this, right? So this is the cube they are telling. And this is 4 centimeter. This is 4 centimeter, and this is 4 centimeter. How to find the volume of the cube? Volume of a cube. What's the formula, children? So then you find the length into width into height. This is how you find it. So then here we have 4 centimeter, 4 centimeter into 4 centimeter into 4 centimeter. Right? So then the answer, it is 4 times 4, 16. 16 times 4, 64. So then centimeter cube. The unit, it is centimeter cube, and I will show it like this, right? 4 times 4, 16. 16 times 4, it is 64. So then that is how you find the volume of a cube, right? And you want to show that it is centimeter cube. Now we did up to question number 20, then we have part 2. Again, that I'm going to stop this video because that I can have a separate video for part 2. And another thing I want to mention that always you have a pie chart question in your paper. Therefore, I will take the pie chart question separately. Right? So then all the pie charts that you had in 2021 paper, 20 paper, 19 paper, all the questions I will take into one video to show you how to draw the pie chart correctly and clear, right? So then I don't take this question to this video series, that the pie chart video, that it will be a separate one. And I will discuss the part 2 in the next video. Okay, children, that hope all of you understood the these 10 questions with the steps. That if you have any doubts, you can comment on the video, then I can try my best to find another way to explain it, that where you can understand it easily. Hope that all these 10 questions understood very well. Okay, children, so then we'll meet again with the third video to discuss the part 2 questions. Till then, that you can go through video part 1 and part 2 to mark all the answers in part 1. Okay, children, so then keep in touch. We'll meet again. See you, everyone.